Airbnb says it will block reservations in DC area during inauguration. Airbnb says it will cancel all short-term reservations in the Washington DC area next week in escalation of its efforts around safety in the presidential inauguration. Airbnb told CNN Business that the cancellations will not impact long-term reservations that have already been booked in the DC metro area. So what's going on here? What are my thoughts about this? Well, as I've mentioned in the past, I've never voted before. I'm not political. I am political in a way, but I'm more apolitical than political, if that makes sense. I don't really care too much about the mainstream political discourse. But I do have a big concern when it comes to tech companies censoring people and tech companies taking a side or tech companies doing things like this. So Airbnb says it will block reservations in DC area. Now, what are the issues with this? Well, obviously they're doing this because they think this is going to stop, people from having riots and things like that. And, you might say they're doing it for a noble cause per se, but I think there may be ulterior motives here, and I think they're actually going about it the wrong way. Now, in America, we have something called due process. What that means is you are assumed to be innocent until proven guilty. And by Airbnb saying they're going to block all reservations in this area because you might go in protest or you might go and start a riot or whatever, that is a huge denial of due process. That is saying we don't care that you're innocent. We don't care that you didn't do anything wrong. What if someone's trying to book something that's completely separate from this? What if someone's trying to book something in DC and they have no intentions of going to the inauguration, right? What if that's the case? And that's an issue here, right? That's an issue when a tech company is using their power to limit our options on things. It's a very big issue. Now, another thing I want to mention is, what if you're going and you support, the inauguration, right? Or what if you're going and you do plan to protest, but you plan to peacefully protest? We have a right in this country to peacefully protest. We don't have a right to storm the Capitol. I understand that. We don't have a right to, burn down buildings and things like that. But we do have a right to peacefully assemble and to peacefully protest. And Airbnb saying they're going to block all reservations to DC because a riot might occur, is really a denial of our rights, of our right to protest, of our right to, maybe people want to go there, hold up some signs and protest. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree. All I'm saying is people have a right to do that. I mean, whether you're on the left or the right, we should be able to come together and say people have a right to protest, no matter how, crazy their ideas are or how good their ideas are. People have a right to protest peacefully. And if people want to go to, DC and book an Airbnb and, hold up some signs and then go home, what's the issue with that, right? That's why we have, I don't know exactly why they're doing this. I do think that blockchain can provide an alternative to Airbnb. If you're looking at, projects out there, there are some projects working on doing something similar to that's decentralized. The only issue right now I see with blockchain companies trying to do Airbnb style things is the issue of, insurance and if you cancel your thing and things like that. But that can be melded out over time. That can be solved over time. I'm hoping within the next few years we see more and more blockchain-based or P2P-based solutions to these issues. And another thing I want to mention is, this isn't really going to stop anything. If someone's trying to go and riot, they're just going to go get a hotel. I mean, simple as that. If someone is that dedicated to go and do something like this, they could go get a hotel. Very easy. There's also other alternatives to Airbnb. So I don't know exactly what they're trying to accomplish by doing this. I think they're just trying to throw their hands up. Hey, we're doing something. But what they're doing is not helpful at all. Now, the reason I bring this up on the channel, because I am not a political channel, I do want to have some more focus on this big tech issue where we see big tech conglomerates, kicking people off their platforms or censoring people or shadow banning people. That's a big issue of mine. And if you're involved in cryptocurrency, you should care about this because this is a huge opportunity for blockchain. We see people having, their banks, refusing to, work with them, closing their accounts. That is a huge opportunity for blockchain and crypto. We see, social media companies kicking people off. That's a huge opportunity for blockchain and crypto. And so if you're wondering why have I been bringing these issues up, one, it's because I think they're important. And I think whether you're on the far left, the far right, the middle, whatever, you should care about this. People on both sides should care about this. We should both care about our civil liberties being intruded upon by large tech conglomerates that are not private companies. They're working with the government. That's another key thing people like to bring up. They're private companies. They can do whatever they want. No, they're not. They are working with the government. They have legally sanctioned immunity of being sued by working with the government by Section 230. So basically, like Twitter, Facebook, things like that, they have immunity from being sued because the government gave them that. The second a business takes money from the government or gets a special favor from the government, I don't consider them completely private anymore. Now they're using the government to their advantage. Now they're working with the government. They should not be allowed to just do whatever they want. If they were completely private, okay, maybe you have a case there. They could do whatever they want. They're not. They are getting benefits from the state. So I see a couple people, posting rebuttals saying, hey, they're private companies. No, they are not. And I'm not saying Airbnb necessarily applies to this because they're not necessarily censoring anybody. They're just blocking reservations in DC area, but I think they're misguided. I don't think what they're going to do I don't think what they're doing is going to work. And I think that it's actually just going to inflame tensions even more because, people are going to look at this and be like, wow, literally every tech company is against me. Very, very interesting here, guys. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, do you enjoy this big tech content? I still am primarily focused on cryptocurrency, but I think the big tech censorship, the big tech attack and assault on our civil liberties does tie into blockchain and cryptocurrency in some regard, in the sense that cryptocurrency could solve these issues. Blockchain could solve these issues. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share it, and as always, have a great day. There has never been a better time to get a VPN. Right now, PureVPN is giving 62% off of their 1-year plan and 88% off of their 5-year plan if you use my link in the description. That again is 88% off of their 5-year plan and 62% off of their 1-year plan. If you're worried about hackers or intrusive government gathering your personal information, look no further than PureVPN. But you have to act now because this discount will not last. Once again, click the link in the description.